Hey, it's WTF Wednesdays. We live up in this piece. What's going on, Dimitri?
What's up, brother? How you feeling today?
Man, awesome and amazing. Awesome and amazing. And always so much progress is happening. Whew, you know everything that's going on, man.
Yeah,
It's a
tell me.
beautiful thing. It's something about when you take action, the things just open up for you. Just the more action that you take, it's like a flower. It just blossoms to show you the
Yes,
beauty of them petals.
man. This weekend we took some major action, brother. We went to one of the highly anticipated Path of Prosperity masterminds, and we got some good gems from our mentors, Ash, Storm, and Marvin. Man, it was a lot of good people from the community in there, and I just want to kind of segue into being present.
Mm,
That's one thing that I did notice about myself, at least when I was there. I was like, nothing else really mattered. I had a lot going on in my life. I still do. But when I was there, I was really just honed in and really present, really looking to improve myself as much as possible, not, letting any other distractions come into my space and just, focusing on elevating myself to a degree where I can, provide the most value to my mentees because as you know, every good mentor has a mentor.
that's right, man. And you know what I did you notice though when we were in the room, nobody was on their phones.
Mhm.
Nobody was checking social media. Nobody was texting and like people were locked in. And this was a free event, you all. So even with it being free, people were locked in because the gems that were being dropped was so priceless. And what I loved, and I like to brag about us, man, because we're doing major things out here, and every topic they hit is something that we've been working on for the last few weeks. Like it was just confirmation after confirmation that we're doing what we need to do to get everything catapulted to where we wanted to be, man. So it just warms my heart to know that we're on that path, and we're definitely about to be helping a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just to kind of drop some just a couple of gems that, or at least one gem that I did pick up while I was there, and I want to share with the community is that anybody, if y'all are looking to create a company or a business and you're looking to scale, there's something called the four H's, and it's very important to keep the four H's in mind when you're looking to groom the culture of your organization. First H is humble. All right. The second H is hungry. The third H is honest. The fourth H is happy. Now, these are all characteristics and traits that any good and healthy growing organization should have in their people, in their staff, and especially at the top, right? Because the organization follows the trend of its leaders. So if
Mm.
you yourself are not a humble individual as a leader and you're starting a business, you can't really expect to onboard anybody else who's not like you. So if you're not humble, you can't really expect for people to be attracted to you who are humble, right? Second of all, you got to be hungry. Even if you hit
Mm.
6, 7, 8 figures, you have to continue to be hungry. Whatever your purpose is when you first started, when you didn't have any money, when you didn't have any traction, you got to keep that hunger going because if you lose that momentum, I don't care how much money you have, it's hard to get that momentum
Woo.
back. I liken it to being a freight train, right? If
Hey, Dimitri, don't get off hungry. I need to say something.
okay, yeah, yeah, go ahead.
No, I wanted to say because a lot of you all know a lot of these social media gurus, and they had the Lambos, the Ferraris, and the mansions, and you don't see them no more. You're like, what happened to them? What happened to it? Because they had 100,000 followers and out there bragging about the bag, and they were getting it. Hey, no knock on getting the bag. Trust me, we are capitalists. We get our bag, but with getting the bag comes responsibility, and a lot of times we lose momentum because we're no longer hungry. Now we got fed a little bit, and we got a little piece of this paper, and we're helping people, and people lose that hunger. And then by the time they try to pick it up, the people have moved on to other people. and then you find them selling those Lambos, selling those houses, and trying to start over. And it's like, keep your momentum going. You all stay hungry. So I just wanted to cut in on that to for those 4-H's.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. So, yeah, no matter what, like you always have to have your purpose at the forefront of your mind at all times, right? That's not even just to keep the momentum going, is as you are growing and as you have momentum, you want to continue to serve each and every client or customer as if it's your first, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
always stay hungry. Number three is honest, right? This kind of goes without saying, but I need to say this, especially in this day and age. People tend to bend the truth when it doesn't need to be bent. Basically, don't be lying to your customers. Don't be lying to your people. Don't be lying to your staff. You know, if you want to create a growing organization, if you want to create great customer service, you must take care of your people. And many times it doesn't take much. It takes really recognition, being honest, and really, just sticking to your, word. When I was in college, and I was in a business class, they told me, basically, if you want to have great customer service, take care of your people, right? Because if you don't take
Right.
care of your employees, then your employees not going to take care of your customers, and your
Mm.
customers are going to leave. So then you have no business, right? So
Yes.
it's key.
Ooh. Hey man, you know what? Like the whole honest piece, you all like you have to practice integrity. That's the name. I mean, people will expose you. You will be exposed. Like you might have a run, a nice run, and you out here winning, getting the bag. But once you get exposed, oh, it goes downhill real fast. I mean, again, look at some of those ones back during the pandemic in 2021 out there getting it. You seen their posts every day. They're going live every day. They're doing all these different things, bragging about trips and all of that. And the whole time they were scheming and running game on people to get the bag. And a lot of people believed in them. And they were just not honest with their intent. And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on here at the WTF, that we're transparent. Like I'm in my garage right now. I'm letting y'all know where I'm recording. Like we're transparent because we believe in keeping it, as they say, 100. Because why not? Why? And here's a pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant, but
Your thing,
this
bro.
thing that we call lying. So let me tell you how Mr. WTF feels about that. I can't stand liars, number one, and I can't stand being lied to. So because of that, I don't lie. Like I've hurt a lot of feelings by telling the truth, and I'll continuously do that because you'll never say, "Yeah, he lied," or he wasn't telling the truth," and because who are you for me to lie to? You must think that you are somebody just great for me to feel like I have to lie to you. Like I'm grown. What I'm lying to you for? I mean, now if you the IRS or the police, then maybe I might, But other than that, we are not lying out here. We don't respect liars. So when they get exposed, good for them. I'm glad they got exposed, and I hate that. They take people down through their doing that, man. So everything we do is honest. You got to be honest, and you can sleep good at night knowing that you haven't did harm to anyone, because a lot of people want to do what we're doing, and a lot of entrepreneurs have a true passion and they want to help people, and they've run into some of these schemers and some of these just not nice people who their whole goal is built around money. And half of what we do, we don't get paid a dime to do it. We do it because we want to help people. And we know as long as our goal, our mission is to help people, we don't have to worry about money because it's coming. It's there. Like that's ours to claim. So we ain't, it's not about trying to scheme on somebody and, get over on them. Like I can't stand people like that, man, for real.
Hey, facts, big facts, man. And the last H is happy. All right. So,
Mm,
and I want to kind of touch on happiness for one quick second. Like, happiness is actually a choice. Like, I hear a lot of people say, And hopefully this is not too much on a tangent, but I'm trying to make a connection about being happy. But people tell other people, "Oh, you don't make me happy," or "How can I make you happy?" I'm like, happiness is a choice. Like you have to choose happiness every single day, and that circles back to what I was saying earlier about being present. Most people tend to live in the past, and they tend to live in the future. And two things that living in the past and living in the future does is living in the past and always reflecting and thinking on what you've done. It puts you in a state of where you were, and you not being in that optimum place anymore. And always thinking in the future is always saying, okay, I'm not there yet. And it's taking the joy away from your present moment. So that takes precedence over your happiness, right? Living in the past and living in the future. So if you want to attract happy people, like I said earlier, you have to be a happy person. How do you become a happy person? You must not live in the past, not live in the future. Strive for the future goals, but don't live in the future. But you must live in the present and choose happiness today.
Man, and you know what? Like you said, it's a choice. Can't Nobody can make you happy. Nobody can make you unhappy unless you allow it. But even in your allowing, that's still a choice. You made a decision to allow this person to make you happy. You made a decision to allow this person to make you unhappy. So it's all on you. Don't blame them and say, "Well, they made me." Nah, look, people are gonna come and go. Everybody doesn't have good intentions, but you can still choose happiness no matter what you're going through. And why not? Don't you want to be happy? Like, I smile so much more. And I got a story about that. Like, I used to frown a lot when I was a kid and walk around face all balled up. And my mom told me one day, she said, "Boy, you too ugly to be balled up. You need to smile." And ever since then, boy, I've been Kool-Aid out.
Oh, you gotta love mom.
Love that hardcore. Hey, but for real, those four H's, when you're building your team and you want people on your team, these are the type of personalities that you want, the character traits that you look for within a team. Because, hey, the leadership team is the first. That's one of the gems that I picked up from. Shout out to Marvin Mitchell for dropping that gem on me. But he said that you, as a CEO, as a boss, your first team is the leadership team. And you may have 1,000 people working for you, but you have a leadership team that reports to you. And your leadership team is going to carry that company, not the CEO. The CEO is one person. They're going to do certain things and set the company up to be successful. But truly, your leadership team is going to take you forward. And if your leadership team doesn't have those four H's that describes them, then you need to look at that leadership team, because we don't want no grumpy people in our business. And you know how you ever been at a job where you just say, "Yeah, that person just mean. They just grumpy every day," and everybody just accepts it. You don't want to approach them or nothing because they just frowned up, mad all the time, just want something to complain about. And people like me drive them crazy, because every time I come in, I'm happy and I'm smiling. They're like, "What you smiling for, man? I'm living. I'm a walking deity. I'm down here representing my pops on this earth. So why would not be happy?" You woke up this morning. Do you not know there's over 100,000 people in the U.S. that didn't wake up this morning? Now think about that. While you sitting back complaining about the price of butter and eggs and gas, it's people that didn't wake up, you all. Like, our stuff is small. Like, our little issues, bills, and yeah, I get it. Everybody got some things going on. But you woke up this morning. You have breath in your lungs. You're watching this live. You're watching the what is it? The replay. I was gonna say the rewatch. That doesn't sound right, but you're watching the replay of this live, and listen, because of that, that means you have the opportunity to move forward. But like Dimitri said, we both got in that room, and we had a 15-year-old in the room. Like, man, I'm so jealous of this.
That was the real highlight.
Boy, I'm jealous. I promise you, because I would have gave anything to be in a room like that when I was 15. Because I mean, I was a smart kid, just did bad stuff, and I had no guidance. And the guidance that I had with my mom, I didn't want to listen to her. She just worked two jobs and was always miserable. Who want that? So I didn't have a lot of guidance. But if I had somebody put me in a room that's full of millionaires, I mean, I can't count on one hand how many. It ain't just the trifecta. There were multiple millionaires in that room and future millionaires in that room. And the youngest one, 15, was up in there, and they all were feeling him. He was picking up the gems. Like his mind could never go back to what it was. Like he can't do it. The mind has been stretched. Once you stretch your mind, it doesn't come back. It's like elastic. If you pull a rubber band too far, don't break it. But even if you don't break it, when it comes back, that rubber band is a little bit bigger than what you started. And every time you stretch your mind like that, it grows. Now, this is your perspective growing but you got to stretch it. You can't just keep it right here and say, I'm gonna just do what I got to do. I'm good with where I'm at. Okay, if you are, then cool. But if you want to grow, you got to stretch. It's just like athletes. You can't go out lifting weights and running and doing track and all. You got to stretch those muscles, or either you're not going to be able to perform like you should. So, yeah, shout out to Josh, man, the social media manager for the WTF. He showed up and did his thing and was interactive with everyone. And he actually picked up a couple more clients while we were there. So, my man is on his way.
Absolutely. Shout out to Josh. And that brings me to speak about what we do here at the WTF Academy. I mean, and Josh is a testament to what one of your teams that you have or a team that could experience if they choose to take the curriculum that we have set in place for all of our mentees seriously, if they choose to take on that leadership role and step up and take on more responsibility than the average mentee. Who knows what type of doors we'll be able to open for them if they choose to, show that they are serious in themselves by taking action each and every day and, listening to the advice of the mentors within the WTF organization. And, just like, Josh is only 15, like there is no, limit to any age that we choose to put in a leadership position. It's all about your mindset. It's all about the action taking, and it's really all about the belief system within yourself. And that's all that we're looking for. We're not looking for, the perfect kid, because like there is no perfect kid, there is no perfect person. That's why we created this mentorship to help to mold that individual so that they are who God designed them to actually fully be in their full potential. So if you feel like that is your child or a child that feel free to hit us up in our comments, leave us a message, let us know what you think about that. That's why we're
Absolutely.
for the kids.
Yeah, man. And you know me, I've always said this, Coach Dimitri, is that I want to build this entire business on the back of these teenagers. I want them to take this business to the next level. So as they complete the mentorship and they want to step into one of these roles, we have roles available for them. So like just using Josh, for example, with the social media manager, and we have another teenager on the team. But by him doing social media, think of it's a lot of entrepreneurs that don't like social media. I'll be one of them first to tell you. I could care less what's going on social media, but there are a lot of great things on social media. I'm just too old to even keep up with it. But these young people, they love it, and because he's willing to step up and be the social media manager, he already has 2 additional clients. Where and he's 15. By the time he's 18, he's well over 6 figures, probably a millionaire by the age of 18. I even told his dad. I told his dad because his dad was, having questions about what he was doing. I said, listen, he's in good hands. This boy is going to be a millionaire by the age of 21. And his dad said, I'm going to hold you to that. I said, good. Because remember, I said it first right here. I said, I'm going to call you. I'll probably be living in another country by the time I do. But I'm going to still call you to say, remember, I told you so. Because I like saying I told you so. I know you ain't supposed to, but it makes me feel good when the doubters are out there. And I got to let them know, man, this is bigger than that. And that's what we're doing here with these teenagers. And it's not just social media, it's digital products. We have one 17-year-old right now that's helping us with our website, helping us with our CRM system. getting things scheduled, using these fresh eyes to help take us to the next level, you all. So all you entrepreneurs out there that are struggling with things, remember, this is one of my quotes. Procrastination is wisdom. And a lot of people don't get that. But if you're procrastinating about doing something, there is telling you that you need to get a who to do it. Stop trying to figure out the how, flip that W and put the W first so you can get your win first and make it a who. Change out how to do it. Because if you're sitting around trying to figure out how to do everything from an entrepreneurial standpoint, you'll lose your mind. Because there's so much that needs to go on, and you don't have that much time in the day to do it by yourself. So build you a team. But like Dimitri started with, they have to have the 4 H's. You have to filter them down because everybody's not everybody's not built for the team. And that's okay. Maybe it's not their time. But that's how we judge them. Are they humble? Are they honest? Are they hungry? I mean, are they happy? We want happy people. Happy people do better work, you all. And as the great Steve Jobs stated, we don't hire smart people to tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. So these teenagers are telling us what we need to do to help take this business to the next level. And that way we can reach out and help more and more young people out here that need it, and adults. We're mentoring adults also. So all we're doing is trying to help people with these formulas because we got it, you all. This curriculum is great. We're testaments of it. Josh, Xavier, a few, Ray, Kayla, she's another one. They're out here doing great things with their LLC. Shout out to Tristan up in Decatur. He's doing his thing too. But it's greatness on display. That's God. Greatness on display. That's what we're showing them. And we're taking this thing to another level. I'm so excited about what we got going on.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just one last kind of caveat to what we were talking about as far as promoting from within. Like, we're all about that mantra. Training up the mentees that come in, train them up into leadership roles if they choose to. But for all the entrepreneurs out there who are thinking of, okay, I've heard about the who and not the how method. I'm trying to look for the pieces of the puzzle to put into my business so I can kind of step away and be the visionary and not be, everything to every part of my business. So who do I need to find for my business to make it run efficiently and effectively without me being there? So just to kind of answer that question, you need 5 different people to run your different departments of your organization.
Get your pen and paper out, you all. He about to drop some gems. You better get ready for this.
Let's
I'm gonna
get
put
it
in the chat.
And we're a living testimony to that because we're actively promoting from within. We're grooming up the mentees to run the organization, y'all. Think of the whole vision. Like, it's not just about digital products. That's the beginning. That's just the entryway. We're using that as a gateway to understanding how to operate the WTF Academy. But we have to take it in bite-sized chunks because it's a unlearn, learn, and teach method. But we'll get into that another episode. But let me get back into what I was saying because I tend to kind of squirrel off and get sidetracked. So, all right. So the 5 people that you need to run your organization is an operations manager. You need an operations manager to run your day-to-day operations. All right. Like, you got to make sure that the machine is well oiled and is working without any downtime, or if there is some downtime, you need somebody to make sure while the system is down and to get it back up and running as soon as possible without you having to actively be there. All right, so that's operations. Number 2, you need a sales manager, a sales lead. All right, sales, currency, income, that's the blood of the body that is your organization. If you don't have anybody driving sales and revenue, do you really have a business?
Right.
All right, third, we have human resources, right? You got to make sure you onboard the right people. You got to make sure that HR person keeps those 4 H's in place at all times because you want to make sure that culture is always strong, even when you're not there. The key is you not being there.
That's right.
Number 4 is finances. You got to make sure that your finances are on point. You need a solid, rock solid person that's not going to mess up your books and cook the books and be an Enron company, screwing people over and taking the money and running for the hills. So make sure you're
I
finding,
forgot about Enron. You're
yeah,
right. I
mhm,
forgot about Enron.
the biggest Fortune 500 scams in history. And last but not
Honestly, man.
least, marketing. If nobody knows
Mm.
this, like you can have the best operations running smooth. You can have the best salesperson once they get in front of the client. You can have the strongest culture. You can have the best profit and loss statement, balance sheet in the world with your finances. But if you're not able to grow and scale and get the name of your business out there in terms of marketing, mm, do
Do
you really
you have a business?
do you have a business? Right. So
Do
those
you,
are the five things you need: operations, sales, HR, finances, and marketing. So make sure you get those people in place so you can have a successful, thriving business without you being there.
and you can't be all five. I know you all are great, and you're super women and super men, and you got. I'm wearing multiple hats. Stop doing that to yourself. You're holding your business back. Like people are waiting on you. You think I gotta find clients. No, you don't. You don't have to find clients. They're looking for you. But how do they find you? You're looking elsewhere for everybody and they looking for you, but you're not able to be found because you don't have a team that's marketing you. You don't have a social media manager. You don't have people in place to really take you to the next level. You're doing your post on your phone and trying not to mess it up and just consuming so much of your day. And I don't know. I'm gonna keep posting on Facebook and IG, which don't touch 5% of your contacts. I think it's less than that, that actually see your post. You can have 1,000 people, it's 5% of them that might see your post. And
That's
you
right.
wonder why you're not gaining traction. You got to put some skin in the game. You all hire some people. And even if it's an intern, if you have a 501c3, you can hire an intern. Here's a game for anyone out there that has a 501c3. There's a thing called a federal work study program, and they have, so this is with the colleges, and there's a federal work study program that will pay them a nice amount of money. I believe it's more than $20 an hour right now, where they can do an internship for your business for 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and take your business to the next level, and it won't cost you a dime if you have your business structured right. And you can go out to college. All of these colleges have these programs. So get you a team, build your team. Again, there are no self-made millionaires. I keep saying that and people question me about it. I'm like, show me one. Name one. I'll wait. LeBron James had a whole team. He had a wife. They were all helping him become a millionaire, a billionaire. Like, shout out to LeBron. Love the fact that he's a billionaire. We need more Billies, and not the redneck Billies, but that's a whole nother story. So I get to going on a tangent, but seriously, you all build your team. And like Dimitri stated, those 5 people are critical. And out of those 5, make sure they possess those 4 H's. And then use your KPIs. We're going to wrap it up with this. I know we're almost done. Your KPIs, these are your key performance indicators. So you have to get some structure in place and say, look at the data and say, is this working? Is this working? Is this working? It doesn't mean you have to fire a person. It just means they may need more training. We may need to pivot or something's not working. But don't say, this is it. We're going to work it no matter what. And no, we always have to adjust. We always have to pivot. Think of tech. What tech company is still around from back in the day? I mean, there's not many around because tech kept changing. Look at Kodak. Of all the pictures and everybody remember growing up, taking their film up there to Kodak to be processed. Blockbuster. All of these going up there. When the digital age hit, those companies went away because they didn't pivot. They didn't look at the data. They didn't track things and be able to scale and advance as technology advances. So don't get left behind. And the best way to do that is to hire young people on your team. No knock on my older people. Hey, I'm one of them. You see the grays in my head. So, well, I don't know about the head, but you see them in my beard. Don't be playing with me, Demetri. I see you laugh. But no, seriously, you all build you a team. DM us if you have questions about this, because this is exactly what we're doing, because we know in order to scale our impact, and how many people we help, you have to have a team. You can't keep going at it alone. Or you can, and you can kill yourself in the process and be old, and you finally hit $1 million and you 70 years old when you could have did that when you was 50 and helped 1 million people in the process. So help the people. They're waiting on you. Stop looking for them. They're waiting on you. Make yourself visible. And let's do this thing, y'all. That's all I got, man. You got something to wrap us up with, Coach?
Hey, yeah, just appreciate everybody's time watching live. Thank you for watching the replay. We definitely look forward to speaking with you if you're interested in joining the What's the Formula Mentoring Academy. Our DMs are always open. Feel free to reach out to us at any time. We'll be more than happy to give you any information you need to make you feel comfortable with what we have going on. And always remember, WTF is not only what's the formula, is we win through focus. All right, winning takes everybody, and always remember WTF.
All right, hey, and for you parents out there that have teenagers, and you like, I don't want to put them in a program. Even if you just need us to talk to them, I'll talk to them. I'll talk to any teenager that's going through some trouble. Look, I just sent a book to a teenager in prison from one of my friends that I met at the mastermind. I sent them a book, my corporate convict book, just to try to inspire him after I talked to him on the phone. So all we're doing is giving out to these young people, to the adults. If parents, if your teen doesn't want to get in, and you're struggling, DM us. We got some formulas for you to help build that relationship with your teen, because it's summertime, you all. I keep going back to that. Don't let them get out there in these streets. It's summertime. You better catch them before they get out there, because you know what the idle mind is, whose playground that is. But I ain't gonna keep on preaching to you all. But shout out to Dimitri and everybody, Miss Fatima, Mike. I seen you out there, the Queen, Miss Chrissy, my baby. I appreciate you all joining, and share this out, you all, because again, we out here to help. And that's what it is. That's what the WTF is about. It's what's the formula. Peace.
Peace.